kind of a public service announcement. We've got a lot of videos out on this, but this is a beautiful, I think it's a 22 or maybe a 24, 2500 diesel, obviously. Now you've seen videos, we've got a 16 model, which on mine, the D.E.F additive is up top, but on this one, it is right there directly next to the fuel filler neck. Well, we got a mistake happened. And so the fuel tank's normally here. The filler neck comes in there. The D.E.F lines, as you can see, come down here. That's a fuel filter. We're going to replace the filter. Now we purged it out, so it didn't actually ever cycle the key and get any further than this. And we're going to clean this up, but I wanted to show real quick actually what D.E.F fluid does when it gets contaminated into diesel. And so this is kind of a bad one. However, the customer thankfully caught it and was able to not cycle the key on, call a tow truck, get it towed in. Like I said, never cycle the key. Immediately we unhooked it here so it could not get any diesel fuel any further forward that was contaminated. We are going to service this, obviously, clean it up within an inch of its life. We have the tank out of it right now, but it's going to get both vent and fill hose going to the tank. It's going to get a pump. The tank's going to get cleaned. But this is actually very quickly what it did to our rack, and we've wiped it up, as you can see. But once that D.E.F fluid gets in there, there's not really any getting it out. So anything that it touched, we're going to replace, with the exception of the tank. There's kind of a coating on the tank. We're going to get after it and clean it with some Simply Green. You can see some crystals forming in there. If I can turn the... See some crystals forming in there, along with here. Focus. So unfortunately, we're going to spend quite a bit of money fixing this one. But again, a lot of it was saved. A lot of money was saved because the ignition was never cycled on to where it pumped the D.E.F fluid into the fuel system. This was unhooked and purged so we could get it here in the shop. We'll get it cleaned up. So if this happens to you, call a tow truck. Do not cycle the key on, and you'll save yourself a lot of money. Hopefully somebody sees this out there and it makes you think about putting D.E.F in the diesel fluid.